Oh
as
yeah,
is.
buying a house
Because
as
I actually have
is. You have a
As
client?
is.
yeah, like, you know, you look at housing, it always has a strictly as is, strictly as is.
Strictly as is. Everybody is
I'd
so
love to
afraid of
speak to
as
that.
is.
Yes,
Well,
I would
guess
love to
what?
hear about it.
Guess what? I had a client that purchased the house as is, and we still got back $6,000. As is doesn't hold up in court. Danielle, you're a real estate attorney. What does as is mean?
So the bottom line is every real estate transaction in this state is theoretically as is. How I explain as is to my clients is you can't force a seller to do repairs. You buy a home, you know, you do your home inspection, there's an oil tank, there's asbestos, there's mold. A buyer can say, Mr. Seller, will you address these things? The seller can say, nope, not doing it. That's the prerogative of a seller to sell as is. The seller has every right to say, I'm not doing it.
So if a buyer comes in, writes up a contract and says, I want to pay you $500,000 to purchase your house, and I'm purchasing it in as-is condition, and then he goes through with the home inspection and finds that there is an oil tank underneath, right? And says to the seller, I want you to remove the oil tank. And the seller says, no, you told me you were buying this as is, and if you don't buy it, I'm going to hold your deposit. Can the seller hold the deposit?
No. There's a huge difference between as is and waiver of inspections. As is, you know, every seller has the right to say as is. If a buyer waives inspections, that's where a buyer has no right to request and then no right to cancel in the event they're not satisfied with a seller's
That's
And
interesting.
never
Big
waive
difference.
inspections.
Huge.
Yeah,
Never
I mean,
advise a
you
client.
can waive inspections, but I usually waive the home inspection, but I always limit the home inspection. I always say we will limit the home inspection to structural, which can be very expensive, to the two most expensive items, and environmental, which is, you know, asbestos, mold, or tank sweep. You know, they do a tank sweep, like an oil tank, or maybe even a septic tank. I don't know if septic tank is an environmental issue.